What's going on, guys? ICEMAN coming at you with another Forza Horizon 4 video. We are continuing on with the Mitsubishi series, the Mitsubishi Drift Build series. For today's episode, we're going to move on over to the Lancers, so I'm very excited for that. But yeah, this was the Mitsubishi Eclipse that I finished up, and that was in the last episode. If you have not seen that one yet, I highly recommend going and checking that out. It was a lot of fun doing this one, and especially making it pretty much exactly how the movie car was. So we're gonna go ahead and move on from here. I'm gonna get on into the festival here, and I will see you guys in there. Alright guys, here we are in the garage. I'm gonna go ahead and just start from the bottom and work my way up to the newer ones. So we're gonna start with the 99 Evolution 6 from Mitsubishi. So let's go ahead and get in this. Alright, so I've already done this car, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clear off everything. I'm going to clear the paints, and I'm going to clear all of the upgrades. That way we start fresh with no changes here. I'm going to make the base paint this nice blue, and we're going to save that to current car. So I'm not going to do any liveries on this one per se, but maybe on the other ones I might be inclined to put liveries on them. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on over to the upgrades. Alright guys, so all of the upgrades should be cleared out here, so we're going to go ahead and do what we can here. So we're going to put in the 6.2 liter V8, and we're going to put on rear wheel drive conversion, and we're going to twin turbo this one as well. We're just going to keep with that kind of same theme. For the bumper, we got the street front bumper from Mitsubishi. We have the Forza front bumper for rally, the Varis sport front bumper Forza. So we're going to do the Varis front bumper, and we're going to go ahead and do I don't know which spoiler I like. I might stick with the stock Mitsubishi Evolution spoiler. We're going to stick with it. Could put some mud flaps on, but I'm not going to. We could do the Varis hood, but I'm not too much a fan of that. I kind of do like the carbon fiber hood from Viz, so we're going to do that one. And moving on to the wheels, let's go ahead and pick something cool. Tires, we're not going to change at all. For the wheels, we could do either some BBSs or just multi-spoke wheels would probably look really good on this thing. So let me look through here and see if I can find something I like. I'm kind of digging these deep dishes, so we're going to go with that. And we'll move on to track width. We're going to increase that just because I like the way that fits better than having them tucked in all the way. So we'll do that. Moving on to the drivetrain, we're going to do everything we can for that. And moving on from there, platform and handling, we're going to do everything here as well. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and get all of the performance engine upgrades. And there we have it. That is all of the upgrades for this. So we're going to go ahead and install this setup. It's going to cost me 38,000 credits. I owned a few parts already. And then it's going to be 1,000 horsepower as per usual, 2,600 curb weight for pounds, 2,600 pounds, 1.5 lateral Gs, and an A-Class 783. Let's go ahead and install this. Alright, moving on to tuning, we're going to leave the gearing and the tires the same right now. We're going to do a -2 camber as per usual. That is my sweet spot. And then for suspension, I always like to stiffen it up a bit. That's all to whatever you prefer. And then for differential, I go full lock on that as well. So let's apply this and move on over to some design stuff. I kind of want to paint the hood is already carbon fiber, so that's good. The wings I want to paint carbon fiber, so we're going to do that. And then for the spoiler, I also want to paint that carbon fiber as well. That way we get a little bit of a lightweight look to it. And then for the wheels, I want to do something different. I want to do something cool. I'm kind of digging the steel Damascus. Let's see here. What kind of tints can we throw on this? Saturation is all the way down. I want to go with like maybe a yellowish tint. I like that. We're going to go with that, and we're going to go okay. And then window tint, we're just going to dark out the windows, and we're going to save that to current car. That is going to be my design for today. It's just a basic blue Mitsubishi Evo with some carbon fiber accents, and then the Damascus wheels. So moving on, we're going to just go ahead and see how well this thing feels. Alright guys, so we're here at Fortune Island. Again, we're going to just go ahead and run up to Needle Climb and see what kind of score we can throw down. I really like that drift zone. It's a real test of your skills for drifting, so let's go ahead and just get right on up there. Alright, here we are at Needle Climb. Let's go ahead and just start throwing down what we can for a score and see what we can get. It feels pretty good so far. The only complaint I might have is that the gearing's a little too short. I might need to stretch it out a little bit, but otherwise it feels pretty good. I do like the look of this one, so I am pretty pleased with that. So like I said in the last episode, I kind of want to start doing maybe a leaderboard system with cars through the Needle Climb, and comparing them against each other and seeing how well they do, how well they stack up against each other. That's probably going to start after I go through all of these Mitsubishi cars, so that might be a while before I can get to that, but it's definitely something I want to do. It was a really good idea, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to run with it. And I'm going to pop up right here the comment from that video from the man himself, and I want to thank you for that. So we're moving on up to the top of the Needle Climb here, and I do have to say that this feels a lot better than I was expecting it to. I was expecting the short gear to kind of give me a headache, but it's actually not too bad. I really like this year of Lancer. It's especially this evolution, the Evolution 6, I believe it is. That is probably one of my favorite evolutions, other than the Evolution 10. I don't know, I just kind of am partial to these ones, just because they're kind of the ones that kind of started the whole evolution hype, I guess you could say. But yeah, we got 265,000 going into the final corner. It's not the best score that I've had, that's for sure, but it's not too bad. It could be a lot worse, that is for sure. But coming up to the top here, we're at 288. So we're going to make some adjustments here. I kind of want to increase the, maybe the camber. I'm going to make an adjustment to the camber, and then I'm going to also make an adjustment to the final gear. And we're going to stretch these out just a tiny bit. I need to go for speed, not acceleration. We're going to bring it, actually, you know what, let's drop it to a 3. We'll see how that feels. And then for alignment, let's do a 2.5 on the rears. So let's go ahead and go downhill, see how this feels. Alright, here we go. And I always do better downhill anyway, so score is probably going to increase anyway, just because of that fact, but I like to make my adjustments, kind of tune it to how I feel it would work best. And I might have stretched the gears out just a tiny bit too much, but not too bad. It doesn't feel horrible. It just kind of dogs out the 5th gear a little bit. So these tighter sections are not very friendly of that 5th gear. Just got to keep that in mind. So, but when I get to these more open sections, the 5th gear can definitely open up. I just don't like having to switch between them that often, but I get used to it after a little while. So I'm appreciating all of the support from you guys out there. I do really appreciate it. It makes me love doing this. It makes me love making videos for YouTube, making content, just kind of showing off some things that maybe most people don't show off. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a lot of content with these Mitsubishis coming out right now, but I definitely try to get to the more not so common vehicles in the game, so that way they get a little bit of a spotlight as well. I know my one video on a Mini Cooper drift build is still getting lots of views every day. Same with a build for a Peugeot. It's very interesting to see that those kind of oddball cars are still getting pretty decent views day by day, so it's really nice too, because that means I'm not the only one that's kind of into those odd cars. So 347 going down, and I'm going to say that this build was a success. You guys will have to let me know what you thought about it in the comments. That way I can get some constructive criticism maybe. But yeah, I do really enjoy this build. I like doing these builds with these Mitsubishis. I'm really looking forward to the rest of these Evolution cars, and especially that Evolution X. So keep an eye out for that video. If you're new to the channel, you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That helps me out greatly. Makes me aware that people are still into this content. And while you're at it, turn on those notifications. That way you can be notified anytime that I post a new video or when I go live. And when I go live, my subscribers can join me in an open lobby as long as the lobby's not full, which they're usually not, so definitely have a good chance of getting into an open lobby with me. I know at some point in the future here, Peter and I are going to try and get a live stream in together, but our schedules are so off from each other, it's kind of hard to do that. But I know it's the goal that we both want to try and get done here in hopefully the near future, but you never know, especially with our schedules. But yeah, again, if you like the video, go ahead and leave me a like. That way I know that you're into this content and you like to see more. That way I just kind of know that this stuff's this kind of content is working for the channel. If you didn't like it, you can leave a dislike. Just let me know what I can do differently to maybe improve upon my content, make it more interesting for you guys, the viewers. That way I can just kind of make it still relevant and make it interesting for people. So thanks for stopping by, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.